Bible, God's inspired word, says there came a sound from heaven, and that's the sound we need. The truth, present truth that can set you free.
My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame. Where's your trust? Your faith and your trust must be in Jesus Christ. I want you to know today that I have faith in Him. I do not have faith in myself. I do not have faith in a doctrine. I do not have faith in an object, but my faith is in a person. His name is Jesus Christ. The Bible says in Hebrews, it says, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. I want to talk about faith and welcome to a certain sound. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1 tells us this. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That's the essence of faith. Number 2, I see the expediency of faith. Look at verse 6. It says, but without faith, it is impossible. Do you see why we need it? It's expedient that we have it. Why? In order to please God. For without faith, it is impossible to please Him. For he that comes to God must believe that He is, and that He is the rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. But I also see not only the expediency of faith, I see the expression of faith. And that's found in verse 13. It says this about all of those people in the book of Hebrews, all those heroes of the faith. It says, these all died in faith, not having received the promises. What? But I thought they received the promise. Well, they did receive the promise. But it's one thing to receive the promise as a promise. And then it's another thing to receive the fulfillment of that promise, to see it. You see, friends, they received the promise, but they didn't see the fulfillment of that. Look at what it says in verse 9. It says, by faith he sojourned, speaking of Abraham, in the land of promise. It goes on and it says, for he looked for a city which hath foundations, whose builder and maker is God. Listen to this. Through faith Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised. Therefore sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore, innumerable. These all died in faith, not having received the promises. But what an expression of faith they had. How is that? Well, number 1, they didn't receive the promises, but they saw them afar off. Number 2, they were persuaded of them. Number 3, they embraced them. And number 4, they confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. Do you see a divine order? The expression of faith has a divine order. Number 1, it sees what other people don't see. Number 2, it's persuaded of what it sees. Number 3, it embraces it. And the result is number 4, they have a confession to make. And that is what? This world is not my home. They see with the right perspective. And they know that there's another place called Glory Land. They confess that we're just passing through. Friends, I want to tell you, we need to get to that confession. And the expression of faith is just that. It leads to, this world is not my dwelling place.
For more information, visit us online at acertainsound.com.